CCP, the Fascist Oppressive Enemy.
Oh. Good Lord. How long is this thing?
It's long. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Far Out Dudes.
Hey, it's another week, and we got another far out conversation for you.
A very far out conversation
Far
for
out
you.
there.
So what I want to do today, I'm Paul, by the way.
I'm Joseph, your co-host.
Yes. Sorry, my bad. Can we introduce ourselves for people who haven't seen the show before?
There's millions of people who've seen this. If you don't know who we are,
yeah, how do you not know who we are? Anyway, so this I want to go into a very far out conversation. Something that most people aren't even aware of that has actually happened in the last couple of, like, within this year.
Yes.
That you may not even be aware of.
Probably not. I haven't been paying attention to much.
You're Joe Sixpack.
I'm Joe Sixpack.
Joe Sixpack.
I just want to go to work, get off work, get my six-pack, and leave me alone.
So what I want to do is I actually want to call this particular episode CCP the F.O.E. You know what CCP is?
China, right?
Yep, China. So the Communist Chinese Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
The F.O.E. So I put F.O.E. as in an acronym, F-O-E.
Okay.
China, or CCP, the Fascist Oppressive Enemy.
Oh.
How you like
Did you
that
come
one?
up with that with yourself?
I did, actually. I came up with that myself.
Yes. Yes, I did.
And so
Let's follow it up.
what people don't realize is that China it has always been a bit on the world stage and has always wanted to be a global powerhouse. They are, with some of this information that I'm going to give you today, Joseph, I want you to, at the end of this, tell me if you think China is becoming a huge influencer, not only in the U.S., but in the world.
Yeah, I'd say probably about 10 years ago.
At the very end, I'm going to go over something that just recently happened that most people don't know about, okay? That actually happened just a couple of months before we recorded this podcast. Okay? It kind of shows you, to me, how maybe our current administration is conspiring with China to influence America.
No, that can't happen.
So
Never.
So
our government.
So before I get to the F of F.O.E., which is fascist, right? Because most people are going to be like, it's a communist party. It's not a fascist party. Okay, I'm gonna get into that. Okay, but to kind of give you a little push into the direction that I'm guiding everyone. So one of the big things that has just recently happened is that Hunter Biden has literally been caught on his WhatsApp. So whistleblowers from the IRS actually saw WhatsApp communication with China.
Oh.
And so here's what his WhatsApp actually communicated. Okay? He says, I'm sitting here with my father. Okay, Hunter Biden is sitting with his father, who is his father, everybody knows, and he would like to understand why the commitment made had not been fulfilled. Hunter Biden allegedly wrote, allegedly. Tell the director that I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand, and now means tonight. Okay?
Which is tomorrow for them.
Which is tomorrow. And so he goes on to say, and Z, if I get a call or text from anyone involved in this other than you, Zhang, or the chairman, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows and my ability to forever hold a grudge that you will regret not following my direction. The message continued. I'm sitting here waiting for the call with my father.
Who is the president.
Dun, dun.
POTUS.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's just a little insight right there.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is the defense that Hunter Biden's lawyer gave. Okay, he said Hunter Biden. So this is what he said.
He went down the hooker road, like he was talking to a hooker.
So this was it's even better than that. Okay, so Hunter Biden's attorney responds to IRS agent's testimony and refers to the 2017 message suggesting Joe Biden's proximity to China deal was any verifiable word of action of my client, meaning Hunter Biden. Okay, in the midst of a horrible addiction. Okay. Are solely his own and have no connection to anyone in his family.
That's probably won't fly at all.
So in other words, the dude was so addicted to crack and his women, okay, that he didn't know what he was doing. He can't be held accountable, guys.
That's it. So all I have to do to not be held accountable for things is just go get super high on a drug.
Yeah.
And then just do things.
I was
like, I was just super high. I didn't know what I was doing.
You know those people who like hate the rich, powerful people?
Personal
You know?
responsibility.
Like,
What's that?
hey guys, can we say nepotism here or anything? Like, is there any correlation with
No.
how angry you get with certain rich people to Hunter Biden right now? But I think it's not the target that they like. So, you know.
Not at all. It's because this poor man was just on drugs.
Yeah.
We should be praising him for coming out of
Exactly.
that.
Coming out of that. That's exactly how the media spins it, right? So it's clearly depends on the individual where people get outraged, right?
Yes.
And now these same Bidens are at the helm of the most powerful country in the world with a clear connection to our adversaries.
You know what it reminds me of? The Bushes.
What's that? The Bushes. That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good connection right there. Yeah. So then what do we have next from China? That recently happened. The whole debacle of COVID, right?
Yes.
Our own government insisted that a lab in China, you remember there was it's a conspiracy, guys. It's a conspiracy.
Don't believe that.
That China was not the culprit.
Masks aren't going to work.
Our mainstream media had been calling our mainstream media, now people are calling it the legacy media, right? Was on board on helping kind of basically explain that if you think this is a lab leak and the Chinese did this, then you're xenophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You've
cut straight.
You're
What
definitely.
what else is there?
If you question anything, it's because you fear it.
And you're an idiot.
You know,
Not just blindly believe me and go with what I say.
yeah.
Have we ever, the United States government, ever led you down a wrong path?
Have we?
Never.
Okay. So I digress.
God save the queen.
God save the queen. So I digress. I want to get into the FOE. I want to get into my acronym. FOE. Fascist Oppressive Enemy. That is China.
Not
Okay?
to be confused with pho.
And I want to make this clear. I'm not talking about the Chinese people.
Yes.
I'm talking about the CCP,
regime.
authoritarian regime that is the CCP in China.
Gotcha.
That's who I'm talking about.
Not
okay?
the people themselves.
All right. So many people think of China as, hey, that's where I get my cheap product. You know,
Made in China.
I'm pretty sure any of our viewers out there, I don't think there's anybody that can walk around their home and say there's not a single Chinese product in here. Everybody, I do. I have Chinese products, right?
These stands?
AJ, I'm probably
China.
your shirt is probably made in China, bro.
Your iPhone.
Your iPhone, actually. Okay. So if you are somebody who maybe you don't buy products, but I would say if you don't have any Chinese products in your home, comment down below. You know what? Scratch that because we probably won't get any comments.
Well, that's like say he
So-
who is without sin cast the first stone. You ain't gonna get nothing.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's change that. So if you're somebody that is trying to minimize your Chinese made products, comment down below. Let us know what you're doing to kind of change that a little bit. Or if that it's not a big deal to you, comment down below. Like, hey, you know what? The economy right now is not good, and I have to
need
buy.
something cheap.
I need the cheapest product. You know. Hey,
Going to Wish.
I'm going to Wish. Okay, so before I let me say that I myself buy a lot of products, like I've said. Okay,
Yes.
but
Not being a hypocrite here.
I'm not being a hypocrite. My concern here is not with the Chinese, the Chinese people. It's the government
Yes.
again, right? So I want to
Yeah.
push that, okay?
The way it's run.
And our connection, our American connection to China, and that is being like the people influencing our, I would say, our government officials and celebrities. LeBron James. LeBron James.
You all right?
Sorry, a little cough. So
A little
now,
phlegm in your throat.
again, let me go back to being, let me digress again.
Okay.
Okay, I digress with that. I want to get into the F of FOE, the
Yes.
fascist, right?
Okay.
Because I'm not talking about the type of fascism that the left thinks about or that the right thinks that the left is doing, you know, the kind that, you know, you project what you're actually doing on others, okay? I'm talking about an actual fascist tactics that the Communist Party use, right? Again, they're communists. They're not fascist, right? There's a difference. So I just want to make that clear. I'm talking about fascist tactics that China uses, okay? Which is oppressive,
Yes.
okay? They suppress knowledge. They suppress information. They use very violent and different tactics to stop their political opponents, okay? So I want to kind of give one of those a little bit into the what they do with the fascist things, right? So they've actually kicked out a lot of American journalists who were kind of
sense.
exposing them.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I don't know if you know who Jack May is.
No.
He's the Alibaba CEO.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't he disappear for a little while?
He disappeared. Why did he disappear? He actually made a negative comment about the CCP. And then a few days later, he disappears.
Yeah.
He has recently reappeared. Okay.
Has he, though?
Has he?
Or is it a
doppelganger.
Yeah.
Or his, yeah. So I don't know.
Or did they,
Well, here's the thing. When he reappeared, he made an announcement that he is going to step down, and he's got a predecessor that is going to take over the company.
Gotcha. Smart man. Just go with it.
Just go with
Stay
it.
disappeared or go with it or be Jeff Epstein.
Let's go. Let's just go with it. So let me mention something the American people can relate to more. How about racism? How about banning books? You know that most movie posters in America and like this one here,
completely different.
They're completely different. So you see the American one, so you can see the Little Mermaid's face in this one.
Yes.
And you see the Chinese one, you can't see that I would say the ethnicity of the mermaid because she's kind of floated up high there. You see that?
Yeah, it's just kind of, she might be Chinese.
You never know. So a lot of the American movie
pretty
posters
racist.
typically have edits to them that don't have particular ethnicities in them on their main posters.
It's like, what was that movie? Red Dawn?
Yeah.
Red Dawn. Just look it up.
Yeah.
They changed that.
So they, as an example, Red Dawn, they change the outcomes on movies. They change the scripts. They tell them to take things out so people don't see them, so people don't get suggestions. They hinder the use of certain internet. Right? They block that stuff. And I'm going to go a little bit more into the social media aspect of it because I want to put that into the enemy pile of it and why I consider them kind of Americans being a target, okay, in the enemy section for the social media.
Infiltrate.
Yeah. So you know that they suppress speech and the press.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's literally, if you go to, you can find this in Wikipedia on how much the Chinese government actually suppresses speech. You can see it as the example I gave of Jack Ma just disappeared one day. They're going to say, well, he just took a hiatus. But, hey, there's a lot of people that seem to take hiatuses when they criticize the CCP.
He got Clockwork Oranged.
I feel like this is going to, the throttle on our views on this particular episode may be pushed back a little bit.
We might get banned.
Might be banned. Yeah, they might find something and ban us. Now we get to the O. Okay, the oppression. Okay,
if there wasn't enough oppression.
If there wasn't enough oppression. Okay, so the oppressors. China, the oppressors. What do you know about any human rights oppression that happens in China?
Well, factories for one. The way they're working, I think they've recently lifted the one-child ban.
Yeah.
Because it's probably way too late, but they're on the decline already.
That's one of the things I wanted to bring up is that just as an example is that the China ban, one child ban was in effect until they recently realized that, well, the world is not overpopulated. We're actually in a huge decline of population.
There's a recession in children, yes.
A very huge recession. But there's also another oppressive people that are actually in China right now that have kind of lost the line, that have come out of the light that was being put on them by mainstream media to kind of show the oppressive state of China.
Yes.
And these are the Uyghurs. The Muslim Uyghurs. Do you remember the Muslim Uyghurs? Have you heard of them?
This is the first time I'm hearing of them.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a huge human rights thing that's happening in China right now.
Joe Sixpack over here.
Joe Sixpack. So the Uyghurs are a Muslim community in China so I'm going to read something from an article, okay?
Okay.
This article, if you haven't seen this article, I suggest anybody to go and find this article by Michelle Han. What I want to say is that obviously you don't know about it is because most of the media and people turn a blind eye to the human rights violation that happens in China.
Yeah, or it gets muffled with Trump.
To me, they've got their hands so far up the government and media that we don't even hear about what they're doing to their own people anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
it doesn't matter.
Like the Uyghurs. Okay, so here's an article right here. So it says critical Beijing target Beijing targets ethnic Han Chinese in this campaign. In its eyes, the master race against minorities, most troubling against Muslim Uyghurs. The state has sought to prevent births, including the use of extreme measures such as forced sterilization, its treatment of Uyghurs not as citizens, but rather as a problem to be dealt with, has led to the establishment of hundreds of re-education camps that experts say constitutes the largest detention of ethnic and religious minorities since World War II.
Now, re-education camps, doesn't that sound familiar to other camps during the World War also?
So China, my friends, the oppressive state of China. Okay? So now I want to get to the E, because I think all of this, the fascist things they do, the oppressive things they do, kind of go all together with how they are the enemy of basically every nation right now. And at the end, I'm going to show you how I feel they've infiltrated. And
Pretty obvious how they did.
Yeah, but this is probably another. I'm surprised you don't know about the Uyghurs, because it came out and it's pretty huge. But some of this other stuff I don't know that you know about either. Okay. All right. So now we get to the E. And foe, the enemy, enemy of the U.S. The Chinese government is not only the enemy of the great nation, of this great nation, Joseph, but the enemy of probably all other nations.
Not Russia.
And all,
or North Korea.
Look, I'm not saying that they're playing ball with Russia, but I'm pretty sure they've got a hand in the Russian government as well. Okay, just by what I'm going to bring to you. Okay. Now again, let me remind you, I'm talking about the
government,
the regime, and not the people. Okay, they have a rich culture, their land. I think if you have a chance, anyone should go and visit China if you have the chance. Obviously, if you're going to be talking bad about China, you don't want to go there but Great Wall, everybody, go visit the Great Wall. But their current regime is not something to downplay. They are a major player on the world stage, people. I'm telling you. But they continue to hoodwink.
Yeah, like they're nothing.
Would you say that they're hoodwinking us, or our government and other officials are just playing ball with them?
I would say they're playing ball more than being hoodwinked, because you can only play dumb for so long before some stuff starts to get out. You know, but to be playing ball, it's just, it'll ride until something blows up. So knock on wood.
Again, just because I want to make this short so you don't get kind of too bored and it's not too long and you can hear everything within a short.
Stay awake right
now.
Yeah,
you can stay with it for a short pan. I want to go through some of these examples of why I say they're an enemy of everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. One, and I'm sure that you can see this, is that there is lots of technology that has a Chinese-made version of it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, they steal intellectual property like none other.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally go to other countries, go into their research facilities, infiltrate their research facilities, and take their...
Yeah, because it's not like they're just kind of mimicking it. It's like the same thing.
Yeah. So it literally almost is the identical thing, but they're not held to the same standard or rules that we would say that anybody else in other countries would be, right? I mean, who's going to tell them you can't copy my product and sell it for cheaper? You know?
Well, it is just cheap. That's the thing, too.
Exactly. So kind of one of the reasons that why I brought that up early in the conversation. Okay? So now I want to get into something different. Okay? We talked about intellectual property. Let's talk about the drug trade.
Oh.
You know that fentanyl is an epidemic right now. Okay, you're hearing about everywhere is the epidemic. Where do you think that supply of fentanyl is coming from?
Mexico.
Some of it from Mexico. But Mexico is also getting their supply from China.
Because it's man-made.
Yeah. So here's a report from the DEA. Okay, this is the DEA states this. Okay, currently, China remains the primary source of fentanyl and fentanyl-related substances trafficked through international mail and express consignment operation environments, which means probably through different cartels.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
As well as the main source for all fentanyl-related substances trafficked into the U.S. Seizures of fentanyl sources from China average less than the 1 kilogram in weight and often test above 90% concentration of pure fentanyl.
That could kill you.
That's how potent this stuff is.
It's like thousands of times more addicting or like stronger than what is it, meth?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Nuts.
And this report shows that this report was in 2020, and so but it's been updated, and so it showed that our past administrations, Obama, Trump, and now currently Joe Biden, has been kind of trying to stop China from doing this trafficking of fentanyl.
Yeah.
But obviously,
good luck with that.
no avail, my friends.
Yeah.
No avail. China continues to import fentanyl, and it continues to be one of the highest importers of fentanyl into the U.S.
It is China.
Yeah.
How many planes do you think are in the air right now with just so many pounds or kilos of drugs?
Yeah. I would say there's got to be a lot of them.
It's being transported right
now.
Like, it is absolutely nuts to think about. This stuff just happens daily. Like, every day, nonstop. If you were to stop and think about it, it is very depressing.
It's kind of crazy. So, most Joe Six-Packs out there, they just want to go to work and everything, not realizing that there's all of these conspiracies that are happening behind the scenes that are affecting them in ways that they don't really understand. Yeah. Like, how many families have been hurt by this, you know? How many
seen it like a normal thing
not only American companies, but other companies around the world who are being affected by China stealing intellectual properties.
It's everybody,
and the sad
there's
part,
not even certain people. It's just whatever's most popular can be made money on.
Yeah, and so it's good. Sometimes it's good for the consumer because we get a cheaper product. But you also know how often do you end up having to buy a cheaper product over and over the time you're actually spending more money because the product breaks down faster. Yeah, and then you're like, I should have bought the better one.
This one's $30, but I can get those for $10, and then you end up buying like 3, 4, or 5 in that same year.
Yeah, exactly. Like. It worked well the first couple of months. Yeah. So now I want to get to the espionage portion of this whole entire thing, because I think this is the most intriguing part that kind of brought me to a point where we need to do an episode on the CCP and them being a foe.
Is this the silent E?
This is the silent. This is the silent E. Okay. So I want to remind everybody about the spying on our nation. Okay. It was not long ago that the balloons were literally flying in our skies.
Yeah. That seems like so long ago. Like, it was like nothing anymore.
It was this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So what was the first thing that we were told about the balloons?
That they were just regular balloons. It wasn't China.
It was, and eventually they said, like, okay, it was Chinese weathermen doing weather balloons. That's all it was. Okay. And then what do we find out?
There was cameras and everything.
There was cameras and spy balloons. Okay, and then literally within the week or a week later, what is the distraction from all of this?
I don't even remember. Joe Sixpack, remember?
Yep, Joe Sixpack. So the news media goes on to the government goes, hey guys, we're actually shooting down an unidentified flying object.
That's right. Yeah.
Distraction, my friends. Another balloon. We don't know what it was. It wasn't a Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
looked exactly like one.
What's all over the media? UFOs.
UFOs.
I bet you heard about all that.
Oh yeah. Well, it's what's current right now.
It's current. Everybody's focused on what's more interesting than UFOs, right? So we went from they were just weather balloons to there were spy balloons to we're shooting down UFOs, guys. Yeah. Many of the citizens, literally, they're wiping your memory clean by just constantly putting information and articles out there about other things. Even like a few days later, we're giving more distraction. The whole idea of UFOs, Trump. They shoot these UFOs down, and many citizens' minds were wiped clean of the spy balloons, and literally just go home and dream of sugar plum UAPs dancing on their televisions.
And what have we heard from those UFOs being shut down? Like, what else has come about?
So what's come about is that that we want more committees now to find out, and like some of our reaction videos, that like those videos are coming out, and like, hey, these are UFOs now. There's whistleblowers now saying that the U.S. government has known about the UFOs for decades. Okay, but is this just to put a veil over our faces about our current
bigger
administration working hand in hand with the CCP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me give you some more examples. Okay,
shoot them.
all right. So now
The examples, I mean.
so more I want to go to social media. Okay, all
Oh.
right. Still,
Oh, boy.
to me, this is part of this whole espionage and spying on us.
The giant
okay,
cancer on
because what is
humankind
the
right now.
huge social media platform that everybody's using?
TikTok.
TikTok. Origin?
China.
China.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's already known that it's tracking, it's listening, it's retrieving your information, and people continue to use it because we are Americans and we like quick and easy entertainment.
Yes.
Okay?
Don't forget to look at us on TikTok.
So I don't know if you saw this, Joseph, but we're going to have here's one of the articles.
Yes.
But TikTok in China
Mm-hmm.
is full of educational material.
Yeah. It's not like it is here.
Yeah.
It's all like
Here, it's just a lot of people dancing to music
and doing stupid stuff.
and doing stupid stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, people are literally...
They call it clout.
Yes.
To get the clout.
To get the clout. I mean, videos that have no value at all to you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just endless videos of just attention-grabbing a few second videos just to kind of just draw your attention to something else.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, your attention span goes to crap and everybody's addicted to Adderall.
Not me. Not me yet.
Not me yet, but eventually. Okay. So they continue to infiltrate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not only that, but our colleges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a big donator of colleges, aren't they?
They are a huge donator of colleges. Just recently, China has donated $58 million to China to create the...
Wait, China donated to China?
Oh, sorry, to Stanford University.
Uh-huh.
And they've created the... what's the wise man? Confucius, I think it was called. I think it's the Confucius Institute. Maybe it's not the Confucius. Maybe it's called something else. I don't know. But anyways, that's the point is that you can look this up. You can see that China has continued to contribute to many of these colleges.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you see coming out? What is most of the product that's coming out of there from students? Most of the students you talk to in college right now, what kind of government did they favor?
The left? The
Yes.
Democratic Party?
Communism.
Oh, communism, yeah.
I think
everyone deserves everything.
Yes.
Which is the opposite of communism.
Isn't
It's like,
I think they forget that most of the time in communism, somebody's going to hold all the power,
yes.
and it's not the people. But we can do it different, everybody.
Communism, where it gets confused,
I mean,
is people think people get and share everything.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is you're just sharing it. You don't own it.
Yes.
It's not yours.
It's not yours. But you know who does own it in a communist party?
The government.
The government. And they will easily take it away from you because right now we have that same thing. It's called property tax. And if you don't pay it, the government can take your property away.
Oh, they can even if you do take it. It's called eminent domain.
Exactly.
So that one's just kind of hidden with money versus just
and you can, I mean, if you can see videos of actual students putting up little tables and pamphlets and informationals of communism. And like wearing the shirts of communist leaders and kind of pushing that whole communist. I mean, literally, we have the leader of Black Lives Matter confessing to being a trained Marxist.
Yes, and getting all that money
and
not helping like any black communities.
She bought homes for her family, guys. Millions of dollars
for
bought
her
homes
and her family.
For her and her family.
That's
okay.
Nuts.
So now I want to get to more recent things. Okay, so you didn't know about the Uyghurs?
No.
Okay, that was just recent years. You didn't know much about the Hunter Biden text messages?
No.
You knew about the spy balloons?
I did.
That was everywhere.
I knew about the donating to colleges.
You knew about the donating to colleges. Okay.
And TikTok.
Have you heard about Chinese-run police?
Cookies? Oh.
Chinese-run police stations in America.
Vaguely. I've heard about it, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was just as recent as just a couple of months ago from this episode that we're posting up.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Really recent.
Yeah.
Really recent.
So recent that I feel like I'm pretty an informed person, didn't even realize that this happened until I saw the article and I started looking it up. I was like, this is from like 2 months ago. So how much coverage has it been? I looked at these videos, and typically things like this, like the spy balloons and things, like have millions of views.
Yeah.
These were in the thousands of views.
Well, let me ask you, is it just
tens,
like
thousands, hundreds of thousands, but nothing into the millions, which you would think that people would be kind of intrigued by the fact that a sovereign country has another nation creating police stations there.
Well, is it a one-off situation, or is there multiple?
So let me read part of this article, okay?
Okay.
All right. It says they are currently running their own Chinese-run police stations in the U.S. Just recently, the FBI caught 2 Chinese nationals running a police station in New York just 2 miles from the FBI office. 2 miles.
They infiltrate.
Okay. Vice actually put out a article probably in October of 2022. Okay, saying that there are these Chinese police stations. The CCP have actually denied this and said, no, it's just where the Chinese citizens can get their IDs for passports and things like that. It has nothing to do with that. There are dissidents out there who actually say that there are Chinese government bodies who actually came in and were like trying to harass them, trying to return them. And so what you'll find out is that they're actually in 53 other countries and currently
doing the same thing.
Yes. So this happened in April of 2023.
Okay.
In New York. Okay. 2 miles from the FBI station. Okay. Right now, as I speak in June, Canada has also captured 2 individuals and stopped and shut down what they would call, and again, it's an alleged Chinese police station doing the exact same thing.
So when you say Chinese police station, do you say a normal police station that's there in their jurisdiction but run by those 2 people? Or is it a Chinese? It's a Chinese-run
department.
Okay.
That they're not saying that it's a police station, but what they do is actually go after dissidents, people who have left China and who are against them and have spoken out against them, and actually have to go after them to entice them to coerce them into heading back to China.
Yes, coerce them.
Yes, coerce
nicely.
Yes,
lightly. Just have a nice speak with them and conversation.
So right now, what you probably don't know is that there's actually 6 locations in America, okay, that they have found already.
We got New York.
You got New York. You got Los Angeles. You got San Francisco. You got a few places in Nebraska. Okay. Yes, random. Okay. And you also have Houston, Texas. Houston.
That's on the coastline, so...
Yeah,
like
it's a major. It's one of the major hubs that people fly to. It's a
big port.
It's a huge city.
Oil.
Yep. Large population.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But that's not all. They're actually in 53 other countries: France, Great Britain, Canada, and other large countries like Italy, Spain, and other smaller countries as well. So they're out there, and they've kind of gone silent since the last 2 months. So what else is out there? Is the FBI kind of just keeping it hush-hush right now because they're doing more investigations trying to find the others?
No, I think they're hush-hush because we got caught, so you kind of got to slowly get rid of this.
Or here's the thing. Did they not pay the big man? And so they're being called out for not paying the big man.
Possibly.
The big man being Joe Biden.
Not paying the protection fees.
Yeah. You want to run around in my country that I've allowed you to? You need to pay the big man.
Yeah, because it's like we give so much money out. What are we getting in that people don't see?
Yeah.
You know? Because people complain a lot about, America's giving this away and this away. But what are we getting back that people don't see?
Exactly.
What kind of money?
So why is this not a continuous headline? Why haven't we continuously see like the constant investigations, the things that are going out? It's out there, guys. There's a bunch of articles on the CCP and their police stations in other countries and how a lot of countries are trying to shut them down. Okay, how did this go under the radar for so many years? Because what's been told is that they've been running these stations for a very long time under the guise of ID requests.
Yeah. Just passports and
citizens.
stuff,
That's
bro.
it.
That's it.
That's it. But what is where's our focus right now? While a foreign country is invading a sovereign country.
Trump.
UFOs. Right?
Trump, UFOs, whatever's here.
That's the intelligence of our Chinese foe.
It's not on the front page, so it's not a half a scroll down, so I'm not gonna go scroll down and try to read that non
UFO or entertaining
entertainment subject.
It's not a funny looking dog doing funny looking things.
I just want to get my 6-pack and go home.
So I end it with telling you guys, this is why I say the CCP, the foe, the fascist oppressive enemy of not only the United States, but
the world.
The world. Dun dun dun. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you have anything to say about this, comment down below and share with your friends so they stay informed.
Keep it clean.
This is the end.